got now.
Look at that.
And this is how we got the camera to turn around. It's Holden Beach, y'all.
Hey, everybody.
And then there you go. That guy. That's Craig Barbieri. Should have seen us last night. We got ready for dinner and we both had black t-shirts and gray shorts on.
Yeah.
You couldn't tell us apart from behind. We're in Holden Beach, North Carolina, entertaining friends and going to get barbecue and talking about technology. That's all. And you're conferenced out.
And I'm conference down.
Do you think it's because we couldn't go to conferences and now we're kind of in stasis of enjoying not traveling?
Maybe we kind of got used to that.
Yeah.
But also, I've just been this past year I've just been hitting conference after conference, doing a lot of traveling for the office.
Right.
So
it got not fun after not being able to do it, missing it, and then having to do it. It's like, really? Can I keep doing this online? But sometimes you just can't. You gotta get on it. You guys have offices.
We have offices across the country. So New York, Philadelphia, Raleigh, Baltimore.
Raleigh.
Yeah, Raleigh. I know.
You could come to Raleigh
I could.
and rent a car and leave after lunch on Friday and have a long weekend on the coast.
Oh, there we go.
Although the missus might not.
Yeah. Well, so that's a big piece of the limiting the number of conferences.
I'm gonna go work in the Raleigh office from Wednesday till Tuesday. I got to get 5 days in.
Well, because I just did that in the Irvine office. Well, so I did the CGRAPH conference.
Yep.
And then it was like, oh well, I'm like halfway to California. I'm just gonna drop in.
Yeah.
And visit. It's been the weekend with the folks.
Right.
That's where my folks are in Laguna Beach.
Where do they live?
Laguna.
Okay. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, it's nice. And in fact, both my brothers are now back in Southern California. So it was worth it. Just spent a couple days in the Irvine office, and then.
So that's it for conferences? Are you done for the year?
Well, I'm gonna do AU.
Right. That's kind of obligatory. It's a good party.
Yeah.
And it's nice to catch up with everyone at the end of the year that you didn't get to see.
Exactly. That's
it's too easy.
You know, everybody goes to AU.
Right.
For the most part.
Yep.
At least doing what we do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
And San Diego, have you been to to the convention center in San Diego? Is that it?
So yeah, I don't remember what conference that was in San Diego. But sometime in the past 5 years, I've been to a conference in San Diego, and I don't remember what it was.
Was it GDC?
No.
But it was something architecture related, probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not ringing a bell.
So what do you do for EwingCole? What's your official grown-up title?
Yeah, my grown-up title, Director of Digital Technology.
Right.
As opposed to other technologies.
Yeah.
And I'm in charge of all of what I like to call all the fun technologies. So not the infrastructure, not the network or the Office, Azure licenses.
But actually running, using best practices,
innovative technologies. AI is a big part of what I'm doing now, and growing within the firm. And sort of when I arrived, so I've been with EwingCole for 2 years.
Right.
2 years and a month. So not long. And they really didn't have they had a BIM guy, and they had
it usually works for a while, and then you just need a meta level. How do we tie these things together?
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
Sort of mix of technologies, and they did an okay job with with what the people that they had.
Yeah.
But it's mostly run like an IT help desk, and not as a driver of sort of next level.
It's good for what you're doing, but if you want to know what you're going to be doing, you kind of need someone to vet that process and at least kind of figure out how it's going to tie together. And you guys are primarily, what are your design? If you go from like design through construction, what's your tool set? What kind of tools?
So, for the most part, it's Rhino in conceptual.
Yep.
There's a mix of some people using Revit for that.
No SketchUp?
No.
Okay.
No. Thank goodness.
Don't say it like that. We have friends that use SketchUp. Oh my gosh, it's going to become a religious war now.
I know.
So Rhino for conceptual. Some people use Revit. We're just going to change the subject. Okay.
So yeah, Rhino conceptual. Then we move into Revit.
Yep.
And do all of that. Most everybody's using Inkscape.
From early visualization?
So yeah.
Or once you get
Rhino,
okay,
we do that. Revit, we're using it. And then we've been actually outsourcing a lot of our rendering. That we need to take to the next level.
Yeah. It's specialist workflow.
Yeah.
You got somebody or a team that.
Yeah, but we've been actually up until recently we've been doing that. Now we've been doing a lot of AI sort of enhancements.
For concept or for finished?
Yeah, for all of it. For especially for concepts.
Right.
So we've been turning around.
Do you even use massing? Or do you just use text prompts and describe it?
So this blew my mind when I saw this. One of our lead designers used Bluebeam to sketch out. Yeah, Bluebeam line work to sketch out a perspective.
Right.
Just massing, right? Put that into Veros.
Right.
And
they're clever guys.
Prompted and came out with just some great visualizations. It's like really quickly.
The sun is perfect.
Yeah.
This is where you guys need to go with the kids. This is Crazy Mary's.
Oh, look at that.
Oh yeah, it's a fever dream.
That is cool.
So traffic light, turn left, drive 2 minutes.
Okay.
Yep. Roman will love it. Okay. So, but with Bluebeam you can mass model in Bluebeam?
So no, it wasn't. It was like he was drawing on paper. But the only tool
but he was sketching, so he needed to digitally sketch.
He
could do it on paper and take a picture.
Yeah, he could have done that.
Okay.
Sure. But he was like, I got 2 days to put together this proposal. Or this was the 2-hour one. This was a 2-hour one. He had 2 hours.
Right.
He only had Bluebeam with him.
Yep.
And
so he's sketching digitally. What can I sketch with?
Yeah. And then he pulled into the web interface of Veros.
Right.
And prompted his way to a nice image, and then touched it up in Photoshop.
And you could look at that image, and with all of your confidence and experience, you can say, "Oh yeah, we could build that. We know how to put that together."
Yeah.
So it's not like it's making geometry that you go, "Oh, this is amazing," and then you get stuck.
No.
It's.
Yeah, and it wasn't a mid-journey exercise. In mid-journey you could could have prompted something that looked remotely sort of like that, but maybe. But what you get out of Bluebeam,
No, he's just sketching. I think that was a clever thing they did. Probably back in the summer of last year, you no longer needed to have a model to render in Veros. You could just have a sketch, and it was a web, as you say, it was a web interface. Yeah. So. If Enscape is for people that don't know how to render, Veros is for people that don't know how to model, kind of thing. It's just so approachable, and there's lots of other AI tools. Did the submission was successful? I mean, whoever saw the image.
I think they like. I don't know how.
But it was what you saw. Someone just working.
Yeah, it was just like taking taking a tool that was, originally for marking up your plans, right? And using it as a sketching tool to then pull into and make a full-blown rendering.
I hope software companies appreciate this thing that people will misuse tools to do wonderful things.
Mm-hmm.
And if you try to make your software perfect and then release it, you miss the opportunity for someone misusing your early release and going, you're heading in a direction we didn't even plan. We should capitalize on that.
Yeah.
Like, who knows, Bluebeam will come out with a sketching tool now.
Right.
There's so many tools that you can sketch with digitally.
I know.
But he knew where the buttons were in Bluebeam, so there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so Varus, that's a tool during concept. Any other tools? And it could be sketching, could be non-sketching around AI.
Yeah. So what else have people? So that designer in particular is jumped into Procreate on an iPad, which is an awesome tool if you've ever used that just for sketching.
Okay.
Oh, it's fantastic sketching tool. That's not a typical workflow for art designers. But they do a lot is done in Rhino early on.
Massing.
Massing.
Yeah.
No, they actually take it all away. In fact,
okay.
It's kind of a frustration for me because you essentially through beyond DDs they've got another model in Rhino at a degree of development that is renderable.
It's what happens in SketchUp.
Yeah. Well, yeah, right. But at least with Rhino, there's a little better sort of interaction with Revit.
Yeah. The geometry is a little more forgiving, and
yeah. I mean, that's the only I like SketchUp, but it's just the interaction with the documentation tool that kills it for me. So,
okay. Yeah. If they integrated documentation in SketchUp, where I didn't have to create a separate thing in PlotMaker, and it was a multi-user environment, I don't know. I think
they'd have a winner.
Ooh.
Yeah, they'd have a winner. People would.
They just haven't done it. There was a early beta prior to the Google acquisition. It was something called Bear Camp or Bear Claw or Grizzly Bear, and you could make a plane and extrude it vertically, and then you could pick the plane and pick a wall type, and it would convert it to a wall. And then you could go back to the plane.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you could jump between them. And they showed it off. It was like this was many years ago. I think I'm outside of the NDA. This would have probably been 2009 or 10, and it never got released. So it's probably after the Google acquisition, actually.
It's funny how those decisions are made in companies. That might have been just like something that
Skunk
really
Works.
taken off, but they killed it for some reason.
Yeah.
I'm sure Autodesk does that.
Yeah.
Like one of the tools that I used to love to use was Alias's Sketchbook Pro. And they gave it over.
Oh,
Right? They acquired Alias.
They sold it for a little bit, then they gave it away for a little bit, then it got bundled for a little bit.
And now you can only buy it through the Microsoft Store. And it hasn't changed too much.
Have you tried Sketchbook Pro? All the Autodesk
Sketchbook Pro, yeah.
Yeah.
That was it. It started out as Alias's.
That was their product.
Yeah. But Procreate is a whole other animal. It's really nice. I don't do enough sketching, but my son, he does a lot.
Yeah, but he's sketching on paper right now.
He does like sketching on paper, but I'll show you some of his work later on. The digital work.
Yeah.
Oh, he's super talented. Like it blows my mind. I'm a little biased though, but anybody, he draws at a whole other level. Like far better than a lot of people who have been drawing for years. Much.
You can learn techniques early on. Oh, there's police. There's 2 police cars and 3 cars pulled over. It's exciting.
Yeah.
Slow news day in Shallotte, North Carolina. All right.
Oh, okay. I was gonna actually ask you, are there a lot of like state troopers?
Yeah, I never, unless like a week and a half ago we had the tropical storm come through, right? It went through the Gulf, over Florida, North and South Georgia, and then it went back out to sea and curved and went up the coast. And that's kind of where you see a lot of, there's just not a police presence here. I think the police presence has been delegated to the homeowner. So everything that the police carries, the homeowner has in their dresser drawer.
Yeah.
So why would I dial 911?
That's the South for you.
That is. We have there's something called flounder season. And flounder season this year is canceled because there's just not enough to make it viable. I think the commercial flounders can still do it, flounder fishermen, but they go at night. We have like a 2-week window. You go along a big flatboat with lots of lights, and you have a long, it's called a gig. It's just a metal, what do you call them, triads? What are the things that who's the guy underwater?
Triton?
Triton. It's like a little bitty Triton for gigging, right? It's got little barbs on it. Okay. And they go along in the shallows with these bright lights at night, and they gig the flounders. And you're only allowed so many. But apparently this flounder gigger and his friend in their John boat were just a little bit close to the neighbor's dock with his sailboat and his fishing boat. And I could see this guy, the sky was lit up like the daytime. And I thought, I wonder what these guys are going to do. Like, they're getting really close to his boats and to his dock, and then I hear Dave yell out, "You fellas all right?" And he goes, "Yes, sir." "Do I need to get my gun?" "No, sir." "Then I guess you'll be moving on." "Yes, sir." And that was it. It's like 2 a.m. in Holden Beach in there. Dave didn't even dial 911 and put his thumb on the one. He just just took care of it. So, but they're good. It's just a small country beach. It's easy. The Amish people are down vacationing this week. This is when it all gets quiet after after schools go back in. So, and next Monday, at least in Charlotte, that's when the schools will go back. So you guys are down just for a couple days? Just the last mad bit of quiet before school lets in?
Yeah.
You went camping for a few days?
Camping in Shenandoah.
Slept on the ground? You got to get away from the digital stuff.
There
you go. Cooler full of food. You got to dig through the cooler to get the thing you want.
Yeah. Well, my 2 boys, 11 and 14, we've been for the past year, binge watched Bear Grylls.
Right. Living outdoors.
Yeah. So we like going on hikes and
there you go.
Making believe we're going on one of those
living
adventures.
Off the land.
Yeah.
It's a good investment of time. I like it. Turn off the TV, go outside. It's hard to stay angry when you're walking.
Yes.
It just seems to
absolutely. Oh, that's
open
true.
you up, take a deep breath.
Yeah, there's actually a science to that. You walk.
Just walking.
Walking makes you happy.
Adam, my business partner, likes to walk when he's on phone calls or when he's trying to solve problems or when he's he's got to have a difficult conversation. He always walks. He just gets up and he walks.
The same exact thing.
There you go.
So helpful.
So it's not just technology. It's about other stuff. It's about the time savings, alleged time savings that technology affords us to do other things that are more interesting. So,
that's the promise of technology.
That's the promise. I know. I was having a chat with Kerry Thompson, and he was talking about using resilient techniques, and sometimes we get past diminished returns with technology, and then it falls over one day, and you're kind of like, well, I can't work. It's like, no, we can work. It's okay.
Yeah.
We'll find a way.
And, in my line of work, right? If the cloud
yearly,
down,
but yeah.
right? It does go down once a year at least.
What do you do in a big company when that happens?
Right?
I mean, no. Like, what do you just say?
Like,
hey, everybody, we're waiting for this to get back up to speed. In the meantime, please focus on this, or everyone clean your desk out, or
So
do something that is billable.
Like, some people know that they just have to find something else to do, but there's a huge swath of people that just
wait.
They're like deer in the headlights. They don't know what to do,
right.
And so we actually make a point of saying, all right, if you don't know what to do, here are some ideas. You go to your manager, ask him, what should I do now?
What do we do?
Basic question.
Game over, man.
Do something that doesn't rely on this technology.
Everyone reach in your drawer,
and there's a pencil.
Yeah, right. Make a to-do list.
right. Make the list for the next time the cloud goes down, and you'll know what to do then.
Yeah, make some phone calls. Well, actually,
it's very resilient. I mean, most of it's up. What, 2 nines?
Mm-hmm.
Back like 0.99. So out of a year, 0.1%. So 1% would be 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
Out of not 220 business days. So that's 2 days if it's up 99%. Another 10th is 2 days, 48 hours. It's up pretty good.
Yeah. I mean,
but it's either there or it's not there.
Right.
It's not like, just switch over and do it this way today. You just kind of have to wait until.
Right. It was like that the CrowdStrike issue that happened.
Did that affect you guys?
Yeah. Well, so it affected our building.
Okay.
So our
you didn't
headquarters
get stuck traveling or anything.
No, our headquarters is in the Federal Reserve Bank building on Independence Mall in Philadelphia, right? So
that's fancy.
Yeah, it's actually very secure. We all feel very safe.
You can't just go past the front desk and just go right up the elevator.
No, security patted down.
Yeah.
Just kidding. No, we're not patted down. But the security system, was down.
Right.
So they had a bunch of security officers out checking badges. And
manually doing it.
Yeah,
because the system was down.
Yeah, the system was down.
Oh, cool.
That kind of.
What do you think's coming as we wrap up? What interesting thing do you see that's out there that's almost very good enough? It's not there yet.
Well,
but you're like, you know what? This might have a bit of promise.
I'm so excited about artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
And one of the things that really excites me is at the SIGGRAPH conference, I got to hear from Jensen Wang.
Yep.
Wang, I think. I don't know how to say his last name. And Zuckerberg. They had a discussion about the future of